Yo guys, what is going on? We're back with another community team review or another community flex, whatever you want to call it. But this is the start of season 2. This is the first review in season 2. So we're going to see all the God Squads and we're going to see what people had to turn them into, how all the lineups shook up since last week and what everyone had to do to get themselves a new team or even just the line combos they're putting together. And we're going to start here with Shadow, who has Taylor Hall, Joe Sakic, and Mike Gartner on the same line, giving him a +1. And McDavid with Draisaitl and Celebrini, giving him a +1 there. Still using Jack Hughes' marquee card for that 5 AP with Crosby and Jimmy. So still being able to use season 1 cards to get yourself a great lineup combo there. And then again, Bjorkstrand is his captain. Raymond, who is slowly becoming one of the best cards for the XP set, and putting him with Alex Newhook, his BND. So complete use of season 1 cards and getting $15 million with Schaefer and Adam Fox. What a team and what a change from what we seen just a couple of days ago. Great team there, brother. Ryan Leonard, Jimmy, and Crosby. Interesting pairing right here, where you get Crosby, Leonard, and Jimmy Snuggeroo for a +1 overall and 5 AP, giving yourself a great first line, utilizing cards that you worked so hard for in season 1. And then we got TJ Ginla with Lindros and Gartner being a +1 overall. Demidov with Stamkos and Jackson Blake, and then getting the Connor Garland line in there with Celebrini and Shane Wright. But again, a great squad here. Let's go, buddy. Putting together just a great, and using the beast mode cards as well with 10 million and 2 AP for Jeremy Lazone. That is why you got all the beast mode cards, so you can power down McKinnon, power up Lazone, and have a great lineup combo. And then we got another Bjorkstrand captain card, McKinnon on the bottom with Dylan Hollowell and Kimmel for a +1 overall. And then we got Fedorov, Bjorkstrand, and Demidov for 3 AP, using Spotlight Bennett with Sakic and Will Smith for the 1 overall, Shanahan, McDavid, and Solani. So just getting some good boosts going and utilizing the cards you had. Chara, who probably wasn't in your lineup at the end of season 1. You get Chara back in there, and you pair him up with Cale Makar for a +1. Another well-built team here, and $127 million in cap space, 34 AP. We got Jimmy with Barkov and Robrick for a 1 overall, and then the rest of his team doesn't have a boost, but it is utilizing his old cards and getting the Leo Carlson, which looks to be a purchased card or a packed card. So congrats on that massive pull, if that was a pull. But we've got a great offensive line here. And then the Couturier with Jackson Blake and Connor Bedard. Teravainen, the GOAT of season 1, being used on the 4th line. And then Megan Keller. Let's go. Getting a Megan Keller in there is unbelievable. And then we got Sprazen coming in with, he's still got the Barkov and Kucherov line paired up with Bjorkstrand. So not worrying about combos, just putting some great great lineup matchups together here with Kucherov, Barkov, and Bjorkstrand. That's probably a fun line to use. But then Taylor Hall with Fedorov and Gartner, getting you a big +1. William Nylander and Raymond being paired up with Stamkos, giving you a +1. So getting some boost still on your season 1 cards, and McDavid and McKinnon on that 4th line with Kaprizov for $7 million. Unbelievable lineup combos here. And then Boheim and Schaefer for 10 million. So still utilizing those next gen cards, and Coffee and Makar for a +1. Coffee's still beast. He's still a beast, and you don't need to go get Ray Bork, so you don't need to turn in Ray Bork or Coffee for Ray Bork, boys. You can just boost him up with Cale Makar. And then Pronger and Heiskanen getting 7 million, sick. 134 million cap on this team, unreal. And then utilizing the Hallebuck, which you probably built down or one of your MSPs and built up the Hallebuck and the McKinnon to what you could. Utilizing that beast mode event very well. And here we go with the Vegas Golden Knights theme team. We got Jack Eichel with Pavel and Marner on that top line. Not worrying about combos, just building a wonderful theme team. You love to see it. Like, not everything is about combos. If you enjoy a theme team, build your theme team, and just have fun. Like, this is just a fun team, somebody enjoying the game and putting together the cards they want without worrying too much about line combos. They will come throughout the season. Bedard, Kucherov, and McDavid, there's a fun trio. Celebrini making an appearance with Kucherov and Pasternak. And then we get that Icon Spotlight XP combo with +1 overall. And Jack Hughes, Crosby, and Jonathan giving out a massive 5 AP. And then Jake Ottinger from the Beast Mode event being utilized to get his 5 million with a Noonan. And Yossi being paired with Orlov for a +1 overall. And then that, I feel like Coffee and Makar is going to be a combo we see an awful lot of, at least early on. Holler Boy coming in, who built Gretzky. I built Gretzky. I still need to figure out how to score with the card. He is just not getting it done. And then we got Barzell and Gartner. Thomas in between Demidov and McDavid. Jonathan Tavares being with Matthews and Nylander. I love that third line. Nylander, Matthews, Tavares. And it looks like it's getting an overall boost of +1. So that's fun there. Love to see it. And there's that Coffee Makar line. We got Turgeon from the Champs being paired with Celebrini and Jimmy for a +1. There we go. Utilizing the Champs card to get a bonus. That's a nice lineup combo added by them. And we get Pion with Chris Pronger for 17 million cap hit. Wowza. Giving this team $140 million total. Haven't spent it yet, but it's nice to have it as the season progresses. And then we got Mo Seider with Edvinsson, the 6'6" monster with 2 AP. Jeremy Roenick still being utilized to get 5 AP. And then Nyes, Thompson, and Garland for 7 million. I didn't think anyone took Garland. Let's go. Big pickup there. Whoa, we're blown up here, but we've got Chandler Stevenson with Celebrini and Pedersen, so that's a different one. We got Jason Robertson's team of the week with Crosby and Vincent Desharnais for 5 AP. Logan Thompson, early access Logan Thompson, still manning the pipes. You love to see it. Couple of CN cards for the event, and we got Ovechkin's captain card. Well done. Great build on this team. It wouldn't be a team review video without a horrendous Boston Bruins theme team. Did Orlov play for the Bruins? I can't remember if Orlov played for the... Did Orlov play for the Bruins? I can't remember if he did. But pushing that aside, we got a Boston Bruins theme team here with Ray Bourque as well being put on the team. And this is a fun team right here. And next gen, Fraser Mitten. We miss you in Toronto. Carey Price with Samuel Montembeault for your overall boost. And then we got Gretzky with Will Smith and Leon Draisaitl for +2. That's a +2 bonus there with Draisaitl, Will Smith, and Gretzky, getting Gretzky up to a 91 overall. And then Kucherov's Beast Mode card with Tage Thompson gets Dylan Larkin up to a 89. So there's a good boost there. Demidov, Gardner, and Eric Lindros getting a boost. And then the salary cap dream on the bottom of Smoltz, Cousins, and Taylor Hall. This is another unbelievably well-built team, looking like they're being captained by Cam Fowler and still getting that DuPont Schaefer usage. So well done on this team. Gold 3 too. Congratulations. A +1 overall when you put Andre Burakovsky with Sakic and Gardner. We got a Beast Mode line, and then we got the McDavid, Draisaitl, and Will Smith line getting a +1, and then the money line on the bottom where you're getting 5 AP and $7 million with the Rust, Jimmy, and Jack Hughes. 10 million and 2 AP when Brodeur is paired up with Brandon Bussi. So that's an unbelievable goalie combination right there. Even though it's slightly expensive, you're getting 10 million for a 10 million goalie. So you're like getting a wash there in your goaltending, and you get to use that money elsewhere. And then we have the Makar Coffee line and McKennis being paired with Jake Bean for 1 overall and 6 million. Unbelievable squad here as well. We're seeing some unique builds early on, which is why the start of every season is going to be so much fun, because just lineup combos are going to be just mashed together. But one thing we are going to see a lot is apparently Paul Coffey and Cale Makar, and then the Draisaitl being used a ton, and still the Lindros Gardner line as we see it here. Lucas Raymond being powered up to an 80, or he's an 86 so far. So he got a 1 overall boost, and then he gets a 1 overall with that lineup combination. Zibanejad with Stamkos and Nylander's a fun line. And then Check My Game Gensel. Let's go. Massive Check My Game Gensel being added in here. And Dylan Larkin on the fourth line is, I'm not going to say wild, but it's kind of crazy to me. That card is so good. And having him with Tuck as well, like this line could be so much higher up. But hey, you do you. We got Crosby, Aho, and McKinnon making an appearance. Jet in net with Palmatier as the backup. You love to see that. You love to see that indeed. Hagelin, the bronze Hagelin making an appearance. This is just a mashed together team, but you love to see it. And I can't wait to see where like teams like this go as the year goes on. Where do we go from here, right? And we got Recchi, Derek, Aubrey, my bad. And then Tim Horton on the back end with Chris Tanev. Round of applause. Let's go. I love seeing the Leafs popping up on these teams. And we got some beauties on this one. Kevkov getting his team in here with Carlson and Coffee. Then we got Schaefer, Pion, Morgan Riley with Mo Sider. So an unbelievable decor. Darcy Kemper's team of the week in net. I wonder if Kevkov is going to go for the rookie Kemper or if he's just going to keep riding the team of the week Kemper. Solani on the top line with Celebrini and Hall. Goated line right there. And just utilizing your team again to get 7 AP on your, or 7 million salary on your fourth line. This is a $132 million team. Oh, baby. We got the pod racing team coming in. Rumpel loves this squad, and it's a good squad this season as well, coming into season 1 or season 2 with Robrick, McKinnon, and Solani leading the charge. And then Kucherov, Fedorov, and Tage Thompson getting a +1 overall. McAvoy with Schaefer, the Coffee line, Carey Price in net for 10 million salary boost and 4 AP. Unbelievable job here putting this team together. Messier with McDavid and Solani gets you a +1, so that's fun to see. And then here's Raymond with Tage Thompson and Kucherov for a +1. And then as well, we have Sakic, Barzal, and Gardner for a +1. 3 AP on the bottom pairing, and then that $10 million Brodeur pairing. And the Makar Coffee line makes an appearance, and the Alexander DuPont line makes an appearance as well. So again, just stacking up the teams. It does, like, the overalls aren't as aggressive as they were a week ago, but the teams are still being built very well. And $127 million on this one. Gretzky, Fedorov, and Lindros are running right down the middle with the fantasy line on your fourth pairing. And we've got the Darcy Kemper line. We got Darcy Kemper in net, Phil Housley. This is a well-built team, taking the Housley and the Kemper and the Fowler as your captain. Well done on this squad. Beast squad. This is well built. We have almost a perfect Toronto Maple Leafs theme team where we got Benjamin Kindle, but I love the Kindle edition. That is a sneaky little put in right there. I like seeing that. We have William Nylander with Tavares and Matthews, goated first line for +1. And then we got Gartner with Cowan and Lindros. My God, what a trio right there. I love this Leafs theme team. This is fun. Like, I love theme teams because these are unbelievable when people put them together. And this is a great team. This is a very competitive team right out of the gate, where you got Oliver Ekman-Larsson with Bogosian, Morgan Riley with Gustafsson. That Gustafsson was great in season 1, and I'm sure you'll find a combo here eventually. And then Chris Tanev making an appearance. You absolutely love to see it. Great Leafs team right here. We still need to get a captain for the Leafs team. What are we doing, EA? Lindell finding a spot right in between Solani and Roenick for a +1. All right. And we've got the Paul Coffey lineup. We've got the team of the week lineup for goaltending for 16 million cap. That's an unbelievable addition to your cap. And then Neil Pion with Wyatt Kaiser, sure, for 2 AP. And then utilizing the beast mode event with Brandon Montour, Kucherov, McKinnon, and Bedard, just absolute beasts across there. And when you pair them with Ekholm, you get 2 AP. So Ekholm and Montour both getting usage, and they were great season 1 cards, and they're helping you out at the start of season 2. So the rollover isn't as bad as people were thinking. But you do got to love it because you are getting to see different teams than what you've seen a couple days ago. So it just puts a fresh look to everything. Like this line here, Ovechkin, Lindros, and Demidov. There's a fun lineup combo for 1 overall. Then we got Alex Sandin Palika with Nikushkin for a 1 overall, and Slavin being paired up with Makar for 10 million. Even though you get 10 million boosts, this has got to be a Carolina fan. because not too many people grab Slavin. The only thing that would explain it is if he was a Carolina fan. And I bet you he is. $134 million in cap. What a team here. We have $150 million in this one. Oh, baby. $150 million team with Schaefer and DuPont leading the decor. We got Walker and Nikushkin on the back end. So that's $7 million and $6 million just right there. The coffee pairing on the third D, and $15 million coming out of your goalies with Ottinger and Chris Mason. Chris Mason was that goalie that was used with Pekka Rinne. I think it was Pekka Rinne. That was Andy Moog. I forget who Chris Mason was, but there was an unbelievable Chris Mason combo. So he's finding usage for that in season 2. And then we got Couture with Demidov, but the $7 million with Larkin, marquee rookie, Jack Hughes, I don't know why I call him marquee rookie, and Marquis Keller. Massive money boost on this team. And that 150 is being used because he's up to 142 million. What a stacked squad, top to bottom here. Alex Tuck, 88 overall captain being built, and Hillary Knight. How is this Hillary Knight card? I bet this Hillary Knight card's absolutely nasty. She looks statted out like she'd be a really good card. And when you put Tuck, Knight, and Matthews on the same line, that gives you $16 million. That is unbelievable. $26 million from that line and your goaltending line, giving you $136 million cap. So you can have Larkin, Fedorov, and Raymond, a massive Detroit line on the top. This is a unbelievable team. Pairing Makar with Werenski and Coffee with Montour for 2 AP. So a different look with that Makar Coffee lineup. Fantilli with Bjorkstrand and Cowan. That's the first one that caught my eye as a different looking line. We got Robrick with Celebrini and McDavid. Maybe Celebrini finds his way to Edmonton somehow, and we get to see Celebrini and McDavid play together. Now, wouldn't that be fun? Wouldn't that be fun? Get Celebrini on Edmonton. That'd be a good time. And then we got Demidov with Larkin and Raymond, making a great top pairing there. Larkin is so fast. That card is so fast. It's unbelievable. Great team here. Demko and net with Kemper as the backup. That's kind of a weird one. I don't know why Kemper wouldn't be the starter and Demko the backup, but hey, you do you. What a center core we got here. Gretzky, Lindros, Fedorov, McDavid. What a grouping down the middle. Unbelievable center core. And then you add Tage Thompson in there, Taylor Hall, Celebrini, Gardner, just unbelievable. And then we got Ottinger protecting the net in the back for $10 million. And then fantasy defenseman for $20 million. My God, $147 million in cap on this squad. And you're using all of it at 146. What a team. Got Bork and Gretzky. Let's go. Our first Byfield sighting. Let's go. Byfield coming out here with McKinnon and Larkin. And then we got Barzell with Barkov and Pedersen. Spotlight line with McDavid and Will Smith and Draisaitl. And then Crosby making an appearance with Hughes and Zibanejad. I keep calling him Eichel. And getting you $7 million there. $137 million on the squad. And Pekka Rinne for $5 million protecting the net in that boost. And John Carlson. We see a captain John Carlson. When I seen John Carlson's card, I didn't know how many people were going to build him. I think that's our third captain already. John Carlson being picked. I wonder if that's because of the conference he's in or if the card's really, really good. He always plays consistent, but he never plays amazing. The coffee line, and then we got Sanheim with Montour. Team of the week line for $6 million. Ottinger and net, which seems to be just the most popular goalie combo right now, is just putting Ottinger in net. Beast mode, that beast mode event popping up again with good value. Then we got Will Smith with Keith Kachuk and Jackson Blake. Vili Kulovi and Jimmy on the top line with Demidov and McDavid for +1. Great usage there, giving yourself a really good first line. Jimmy, Suzuki, and Demidov for a +1. Can't hate that. Then we got Kucherov, Dylan Larkin's team of the week with Hagel. Fedorov with McDavid and Kucherov. That's a fun line. And then soon to be XP Path William Nylander right here, boys. The 91 Nylander's getting on this team. Love to see it. Great team, well put together. And the Hockey Pigeons are hard at this one. You love to see Montreal Canadian fans putting good players on their team and going out and getting William Nylander. What a great Montreal fan this guy is. And then our last team is gonna be Samuel Montembeault in net with Fantilli, Crosby, and Matthews on the fourth line. Piant with Travis Sanheim for $10 million. And then our first line of, I don't know what that guy's name is, Julian something or other, with McDavid and Celebrini. Unbelievable teams we've seen, guys. And you know what was nice about this one is the teams we've seen today had a couple of similar pairings, but it wasn't like what we've been seeing the last month. A lot of different teams being put together. Like this team has Mikko Rantanen on it. We didn't see him in any other team. So people are piecing together different fun teams that puts a fresh look out on the ice. So this is what's fun about the season rollovers. The cards are usable. They're still great, and you get to change your team up. I'm here for it. I love it. I can't wait to get deeper into this season, see what people put together. But thank you guys so much for putting your teams in to the Discord so we can check them all out, all your hard work, and flex those squads as the season go on, baby, because I can't wait to see them. Thank you for watching the video. I hope you did enjoy it. Till next time, ciao, ciao.